Welcome to Non-Fungible Guys. I'm your host, Ryan, accompanied always by my bro host,
Devon Codrington.
Oh, you dropped the C this week.
Drop the C this
Every week. You never know what you're going to get. It's either Devon C or Devon Codrington. Well, today on this episode, we have our legend we've been trying to get on for a while. And he's brought a sick artist that's come over to Cardano, and we're excited to interview both of you. So welcome 4-5 Jeff and Wren Ellis from Overexposed.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And
for having us.
Before we jump further, if you're listening for the very first time, you're in for a treat. This is my favorite episode, even though every episode I do is my favorite episode. But we're a podcast about crypto, NFTs, Web3, everything in between, and we just stumble through it. We are unabashedly just honest and getting through it. So that's it for the new listeners. Anyways, where do we start?
We got lots to talk about.
I know, right? Ryan, kick us off. Let's
start with, I guess, Jeff. What is Overexposed and what is it about?
Well, thank you again, guys, for having us here and giving us this platform to just discuss the project. Overexposed is a top quality art that is being designed by Wren Ellis. Wren Ellis is an ex-Ethereum artist and amazing musician. And one of the visions that we had was just giving him a platform to just expose the art and animations that he can bring. Music will also be integrated later on, but right now the focus would be 3D animations, which the first thing that we introduced was the Genesis token, which in fact is our digital membership. And then that unlocks Mechanism, which is the first profile picture NFT that is designed by Wren Ellis. And Wren, if you can expand on what is Overexposed, I'm pretty sure you have a better description and better artistic of putting it together.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that wraps it up for the most part. I'd say that at least for me, something that I've enjoyed, something that Overexposed kind of embodies is I'd never really seen profile pictures when I started getting into this whole scene. I was very naive to all of this. I didn't know what Cardano was till about 3 months ago. I thought it was food. And Jeff kind of brought me in and exposed me to what this world is about. So one thing that I'm enjoying about Overexposed is that it's kind of like someone doing PFPs who have never seen a Cardano PFP. So I'm kind of not even trying. I think that it's just kind of going against the grain a little bit in just a few ways that I think Overexposed is kind of embodying and running with. And yeah, man, I think that it's largely a big time art project. I'm learning as I go. I more or less just sit around and do some 3D and let Jeff and the rest of the team kind of, steer the ship, and they're doing an amazing job. And I mean, I think that that's also what Overexposed is it's real teamwork. It's real synergy, like you can't, the reason I'm here is because I didn't have a team. I was an artist that can't self-promote. I was on Ethereum. I did okay. I didn't do great because I didn't have a team. So the synergy that's happening is really the core of Overexposed.
Yeah, that's very apparent in what you guys have built. Why don't we rewind a little bit and tell about the basics of the project? So feel free to start at the top. How many are you minting? We're not gonna we'll tweet some stuff about we'll link to you guys and tweet some stuff about what the artwork looks like. But let's get the basic stats down. How many are you minting? What's that kind of look like?
Sure. So for the Mechanism collection is a 4,000 collection. It's non-auto generated. It has over 250 different traits. And yeah, it's the first profile picture or NFT collection designed by Wren. So I think that's a real big deal. So yeah, he has done one-on-one pieces and directed music videos and things of that nature, but having a full collection when it comes to an NFT project is the first one that he's truly designed. So I'm really happy for having that accomplished on Cardano.
No doubt. And how do we like? Oh yeah, damn it! Did we just say the same thing?
We did.
Okay. So from now on, I'm not saying no doubt. Like I'm done. I'm not saying it again.
You're done.
Yeah.
So it's my word. Okay,
that's a you thing.
Okay.
How do we describe the art? Like if we're trying to tell someone that's listening only like what this art looks like, how would you describe this? Right. Let's hear from Ryan, even though it's like not your art. How would you describe this? Like
why you gotta toss me to this?
Because I want to know because Wren's gonna talk about it. Like Wren created this. It's amazing. It's different.
He's
right?
gonna underplay it though. That's his goal. That I've noticed in a couple interviews I've listened. He's like, it's 3D art.
It's 3D
art,
animation.
You know? It's like, I just whipped it up in a couple
hours.
He's
like, I do okay. And I look like when you showed me, I was like, I was probably eating chips at the time. I probably dropped the Doritos and I was like, who did it? Like I literally was just like, who did this? And then I zoomed in and I was like, this detail is insane. Like this is crazy. Also, what's it's genre mixing. It's like steampunk, it's photography, it's like it's so many different things. The colors are vibrant. Like I was literally like, and okay, if you're looking at it, it could be like humanoid style things with their head replaced by usually some sort of mechanism driven ancient digital camera. And the colors, the vibrancy, there's a lot of gold and metal, and the detail is like so deep that you think you're looking at a fractal. And if you don't know what a fractal is, Google that.
Yeah.
All I know is the one that you shared, I think it was last night on CNFT News. That one where at the piece and it's got like the people walking on the chat. Holy shit, that was so dope to see. I'm trying to look for it again. Was it tweet? I can't remember, but either way, we'll if I find it, we'll tweet it as well. But I couldn't believe how awesome it looked. It's like the chess piece just by itself is artwork built in. It's like an art piece inside of an art piece, and it's just
it's cool, no doubt. And Wren's heard this. I'm sure you guys have heard this, but like it matters.
I thought no doubt was out of your phrases.
Why are you about to drop an F-bomb so quickly? Okay, so overexposed.io to check it out.
Yes,
it's hard to describe. No doubt you'll want to go check it out. Okay, cool. So who are you guys? Like for someone,
I was just gonna bring that up. Like, I should have asked that first, but we'll go back. Let's go.
Like 4-5 Jeff, who are you? Like what do you do?
So me personally, I am a collector first in the space. I used to collect NFTs and a moderator for different Discord, but prior to that, I was actually a car salesman. I worked for AutoNation, worked for there 7 years, and then I moved my way up to a management position, was e-com manager, new car manager. I did a bunch of stuff. In a dealership, and it's a Fortune 500 company. So that was the basis of me learning how to manage business or just be in a teamwork atmosphere. Because in reality, when I first came in, it's a funny story. When I first went into the dealership, it wasn't like the best dealership, but the company, the umbrella that was under, which is AutoNation, is one of the best. So when I went in there, it wasn't the best, and then we instantly started, doing real good and started building on teams. So I felt like that was the first big accomplishment that I did, was getting the Mark of Excellence award with Chevrolet, and just winning belts. I have pictures with AutoNation and rings. It's awesome. Like just getting those accomplishments for a job, it was really good because it wasn't like I studied for it. I just went to normal training, and then I just moved up in the ranks, and then after that, I started, learning about NFT. So prior to that, I was into NBA Top Shot. Top Shot was the first thing that really caught my attention. Wasn't really into CryptoPunks and none of that. Then my uncle, he was a big Cardano guy. He was always telling me like, man, get Cardano. And I was just like, I'm not really like into crypto that much, so I just wasn't really buying Cardano. I was just
when was this? When was your uncle like hard on Cardano?
It was like 3 years ago. It was like way, but like it was a good time. Like
wow.
He was trying to tell me, and he was always telling me about Charles, but it's just like at that point I was so focused at my job that things like this you would look at it and be like, man, it's a waste of time. Like people are just playing around with money, and I was just focused. I have a family, so I got to make sure that everything is aligned for them. So I started then messing with NBA top because I collect baseball cards, basketball shoes. So NBA Top Shot was more in my lane. I'm a big Brooklyn Nets fan, so started collecting all the Brooklyn Nets moments, and
Nice.
then around the time that Space Buds was being minted, my uncle was like, "Hey, I'm minting Space Buds,
Oh
mint some
shit.
Space Buds on Cardano," and I'm like, I am not gonna mint no Space Buds. At least show me the art. Then he showed me the art, and I was like, man, I'm not really into that at the time. I wasn't understanding
Yeah.
NFTs. I wasn't understanding what the developer of that company was doing and how big of a deal that was. So
Mhm.
at that time, I wasn't understanding it. Then after that, Bored Ape came out, and that's when I was like, man, this hype, all this craziness that Bored Ape was doing. I was seeing the basketball players
Mhm.
buying NFTs, and my uncle was still in NFT, so I was like, let me just buy some. I bought like a Bazaar Star.
Yeah.
I bought a couple things. That was like the first one I bought, and then after that, I was just trying to moderate, understand community, understand how to just build on understanding Discord. I didn't understand none of it. Barely use my Twitter. I used to use my Instagram the most. Like
Mhm.
now, now I don't even know what my Instagram is up to. Up to.
all
Yeah,
I
so
get
it's
it. All
like,
I get in Instagram is DMs from people being like, "Yo, listen, you know about NFTs? Here, you gotta buy this, and you gotta trade with this person. We're gonna show you how to make money." I'm like, "What is going on here?" I don't know how they're finding me. Stupid.
yeah, and like they would show me NFTs, and in my I don't have NFT stuff on my
Exactly. Neither do I.
Instagram.
No idea. They're just reaching out to anybody.
Yeah, so it's pretty weird. So how they get that, but yeah. So then yeah, I first got the opportunity to moderate for Massacre Buttons, which was a great. I love that team. I'm still part of the team. Great lore community project, and it's Philippine based, and
Hmm.
it's a woman based project as well. All of them are female,
Are
and
they really? I didn't know
yeah, so
that. I'm holding
yeah.
my. I got the lore one. We missed the origins, and then we got in on the second. It's the lore hunters, right? Or lore.
Yeah, it's the lore hunt, which
Yeah.
was they all had pieces of a lore in the
Yes.
metadata, and
Yes.
then as a team, that was so dope. So
Yeah.
let
It
me
was.
explain. You get the information from the metadata, and then you get and create a lore based on that information and what you see of the other metadata, and you just create your own lore. And
That's
it
cool.
was just so dope because you was looking at other people NFTs, you was looking at Cardano scans, seeing which ones had what, looking at CNFT tools. So and then you create your own lore, and then they made a whole story based off that. So that was really what caught my attention,
Yeah.
because prior to that it was like I really love the art on the origin. It was kind of dark, but not really. I don't know how to really
It
explain
was
it. Like,
cartoonish, but it was dark.
yeah, it was man, what's that cartoon called? Oh man, it was one that it reminds me of. I can't even remember off the top of my head right now. But like Courage the Cowardly Dog, like that type of darkness.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I don't
I
know if
don't
you
know that
remember
one.
Courage. Yeah, oh man, Courage Cowardly Dog is a good one. If you ain't seen it, dang. But yeah, so it gave me that feel, and it was aligned to me. And then after that, I just moderated for a bunch of different discords, and I took over a project called Nomies at one point,
What
and then
project called Nomies? No,
We don't know
no.
Nomies.
This guy just dropped Nomies like it's not a big deal. He's like a little project called Nomies. Like that was like one of the first thing. Nomies might have been the first thing that I like went through the mint process on my own and was just like so happy to get. Like this is mad early. Like
And then
it
rug
is good.
pulled.
Well,
yeah, so
yeah, that's it's okay. It's fine now. I still
yeah,
have mine.
yeah. So then, yeah, and then so I had the vision for Nomies, and everything is going well. And then I'm like, man, I want to have this type of art, and it wasn't aligned with the vision I have with Nomies. So I was like, man, I want to look for an artist, and I used to always go on Ethereum, look at random artists, and then also look on Twitter, like the hashtag NFTs. And then, there was actually a couple people that I discussed and talked to, but when I talked to Ren and I saw his art, like it was instantly like it was like no brainer. I have to try to get this guy. Like I got the 2500 club to instantly like tag his Twitter, spam his Twitter. At one point, he was like, "Man, what's going on, dude? Like, is this like some gimmick?" Like, so you just imagine your Twitter being spammed. So, yeah, I always had this vision, and when I saw his website, I was like, "Man, this is some good art." And then I saw his music, and I was like, "Man, this is actually not only art. This guy is talented. He can bring multiple things to the table." Funny, because my mom, she hates the music that I listen to, and I always love.
What music do you listen to?
I don't want to put no hate on my mom, but it's not
I love the way you said it.
I'm
I'm not trying to put no hate on my mama. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's fine.
It's just not music that my mom likes. So
Same.
she just don't like it. So, I was like, "Yo, mom, what'd you think of this?" And then she's like, "Man, this is pretty nice." And I was like, "Whoa." So, all right. So let me go try to get this guy. So I always bring this up because that was the same thing with the art. My mom loves how cartoonish and how beautiful and Looney Tune-ish the Nomies look. But when you show the piece that you with them, and it looks like, to me, it relates to me because it's green, the colors vibrant, it says confused, and the art that's on the chest, that texture is amazing because you can like relate to it. I'm a father, that I can be like, man, that's a woman, loving the father and her son. Like you can just so much things family. That you can it's just it just speaks to you. It has emotions, which I wanted the art to have, and Wren has that. And then something that I don't know if Wren knows, that me and him are very similar, is that he has like this dark vibe. Like there's something about his art that it's, even if it's very colorful, very beautiful, it's just something, you can feel some like a dark cloud over it, in a sense.
Wren's face when you said that was awesome. He's just like, yeah, maybe a bit of that. Okay. that was dope. The best intro ever. I want Jeff to do intros to our podcasts, and talk about whatever we're about to talk about.
Sure.
Wren, what is up, my guy? Who are you? Same question.
I don't know. I don't know if it's as much of a roller coaster as Jeff's, but small town. Went to college for something that wasn't 3D. I went to college for music, and met a few people there that convinced me to come out to LA. I've been here for 3 years, and I had an ex-roommate that was like, "Dude, have you seen NFTs? You should try it out." And I thought it was crazy at first, and I uploaded a bunch of old pieces that were just on my hard drive, and it did all right. And then I said, "Okay, I'm sold. This is amazing." So it kind of then became my life. But for the most part, I'm a nuclear family, one sister, one brother, small town America. Just gosh darn, the most boring story in the world.
No way. You're selling yourself way too short.
I mean, it's true. Gosh darn it. I believe him.
Yeah, it's true. It is just a total normal story, other than the fact that one day I tweeted something that I made and it got seen by somebody. And, it was about time, because I've been in this creative industry, whether it's feature film or music or anything. And, it's like you end up thinking you're no good. You end up thinking my music's no good, my videos are no good, my animations are silly, until it's that one person that sees it, and then it's over. You say to yourself, "Well, wait a minute, maybe the right person didn't see my music.
Yeah.
The Jeff didn't see my music," and then that totally makes you rethink not only your own art and your own quality, but also those around you. I mean, I would say like maybe 90% of all my friends are killing musicians and artists and actors and actresses. And, they might have not hit their break, but it's like, shoot, they might have it. Like, these people can be anywhere. I mean,
they're so good, but they just need to be discovered.
They just need to find their Jeff. And it doesn't happen to everybody. And it's been, I'm still pinching myself. I think that it's said something about my, all the work that I put in. When you hear people on, accepting awards, they always say I worked really hard for this. And, I can comfortably say that this didn't come easy. And that feels really good because I have this disdain for people that get to high places really easily, whether it's nepotism or what they were, born into or anything like that. Like, that's fine. I'm happy for them, but there's no way that I'll never feel a little jealous. So it feels good that I'm where I'm at. Not like I'm on top. I'm no people right now. Right. But I'm at where I'm at, because of some hard work. So yeah, man, just some Wonder Bread sitting at a computer.
That's funny.
So talk about that's awesome. What do things look like, man? Like, you talked about like Overexposed having a mint number of 4,000. So I checked, right? 4,000. And Ryan and I were talking, and I was like, Ryan, like, what's the size of the Discord? Like, what's going on? Like, this account is like, there's 4,000 getting minted, and like Ryan's like, yep. What's your Discord count?
I'm looking at it right now. It's 49,500.
Okay, so you guys
understand a measly 49.
So Wren, like Jeff, you guys understand that there's going to be like 44,000 people that don't have a piece of the first mint. You guys understand that, right?
Yeah, we understand that. I mean, truly 49,000. I mean, when we started the project, we knew it was going to be big, but 49,000 is probably one of the biggest Discord in Cardano. I mean, there's probably only like DeFi Discords that are bigger than that. Just NFT projects alone, that's one of the biggest. So, having that right before Mint Day it is a big, a big accomplishment that we do. We are very thankful for, but we're very prepared. Like I mentioned, just having a developer on site on our team, which is amazing. Forsen is a great developer. He has he creates robots. He's a robotic engineer. So yeah, literally he has won awards in Germany and everything.
Everyone that you'll just be in a random Twitter space and you'd be like, oh, what do you do? They're just like, oh, I'm just the Prince of Lithuania or something, like there's always so much random people in here that have done like crazy things that are just hanging out. That's the one thing I love about Web3 and all the spaces, man. It's amazing.
And that's what you love about like this NFT space. You will get a robotic engineer and pair him up with a musician and talented 3D animation artist, and then you get a project that's called Overexposed. And it's just having that, connecting those two talents together is such an amazing combination to me. Like, for me, watching it, that's what I wanted. Like, I want Forsen to have that talent, and I want Wren to have that talent under him as well, so they can be able to create on the Cardano blockchain as creative as possible. Because there's things that, if you don't have a developer, you wouldn't know what you're able to do.
Right.
And I think that also provides me security in how we manage things and how things could get done for the whole project. So I think it provides a good sense of security. I mean, if Wren could expand on that, on what he thinks.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I mean, I think this blockchain opens up avenues for synergy and partnerships that I didn't think were possible. Like, in my head, when you kept saying we need a developer, there's a developer, we have a developer, I was like, what do we need a developer for? I mean, in my head, coming from OpenSea and Foundation and eBay and Etsy,
nice.
You have a product, and then you upload that product to a marketplace. The end of story. And he's like, no, you need a developer to directly communicate with the chain. It's a better way of doing it. That just blew my mind. To be honest with you, in my head, I was thinking to myself, like, why is everybody involved with this whole marketplace that's so complicated and confusing to do? Like, why don't we just make an OpenSea or something? But now I'm starting to understand it. Now I'm starting to see the power of it. And so I've never been on any team. I don't think I've ever been on the same board as a robot engineer, being a musician.
Seriously.
So, being shoulder to shoulder with somebody like that is, it's super, super cool.
I got two quick questions for you. One question, what instrument do you play? And question two, what instrument do you play is question one. Question two is like, okay, so like, what what can you drop alpha on what you might need a developer for? Is it like I know that for the mint, like, yeah, you need a developer to interact with the chain for sure. But are you guys like, you guys were like, you need a good developer, you need someone that has the capability to do other things? Like, what other things are you thinking of?
Right.
I'll let Ren answer number one, and then I go for the number two.
Yeah, that'd be best. So yeah, no, instrument wise, if I'm playing on a stage, if I'm performing, it's going to be on drum set for sure. That's what I went to college for. And then
Whoa, that's hardcore.
yeah.
Are you're I'm not gonna say it. Everyone probably says it to you and pisses you off, but like, you're like high level Berkeley, like reading this, like the music percussion player. You know, there's a lot of drummers that just can't read. You're reading the music.
Yeah, and I'm one of the rare drummers that knows all the music theory. Because
Holy crap.
they force you to do that as well to be able to graduate. So
Yeah.
Man, no, I can but I'll say I'm not a percussionist. I'll say that I can't sight read like marimba, xylophone, vibraphone music.
Yeah.
I'm not a mallet player. That is a whole nother
I gotcha.
Profession for sure. But I could sight read drum set music for a big pointless skill I've never used since my final recital or whatever. But hey, it's good to know. Well, honestly, no, it actually does kind of come in handy. So drum set's my main thing. I produce a lot of music. So one of the reasons I came out here was to produce other bands. I was doing it, and I was doing it pretty well in Boston, and I was doing a lot of metal and rock. And I came out to LA to produce more metal and rock. And in order to be a good producer, when the band leaves, you have to say that rhythm guitar was garbage and then redo it, and they never have any idea. Gotcha. So you kind of have to learn how to play many instruments, but I am a studio piano and guitar bass. Like, I can do it after 10 takes. So anyway, drums, a little bit of know-how, a few other instruments.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so you asked what we would need a developer for. So you already mentioned one of the things, the obvious. You need one for your minting. He is the one that actually mints for Ugly Bros. I don't know if you're familiar with Ugly Bros, but he is the minter for Ugly Bros. He did the mint for Jarheads, Nomi's, Z Project. So he actually rents out his vending machine to different projects. So that's going to be the main thing to assure a smooth minting process. And then later on, this is actually small alpha, but I hate to leak it here. but later on, we're just trying to add, because right now we have a nice partnership with Artano where we're going to be auctioning one-on-one pieces of Wren's collection, which is like the Codominator, and these 30-second animations that provide these nice sound and appearance that I love how Wren does. But later on, we will want to do that on our own website, so like that we can have DApp capabilities of just having our own auction, smart contract auction, just like Alessandro just recently launched on Cardano. So having that on our own platform, having everything built, that's one of the things that we're going to be doing with a developer.
That's like built onto your site. You're not even like, you're going to be able to run the whole auction without having to go external, like to some.
Exactly. Like instead of going to let's say JPEG Store or CNFT IO, how you would normally go there to click and submit an auction, you're going to actually be able to do that on our website. So that is, he already has that on his actual ATM for his project. It's already there. We're just going through testing phases. Something about me and Fortune is that we like to test a lot of things before we bring it to Overexposed. Since we have, as you can see, 50,000 people, something goes wrong, you can see the Discord flooded. So we do a lot of testing, and we just want to make sure that like before we bring those type of thing and promise it. But since you brought it up, it was a good question, and I think it deserves that small alpha.
Appreciate it. You mentioned a vending machine. I guess, can you just briefly explain what a vending machine is to like the non-Cardano people? Because I guess we kind of just give the information, give us a little bit of help out the other people that we want to bring to Cardano, because that's our motto: come to Cardano. So
hashtag come to Cardano.
Yeah. So I'm not a developer, so for me to perfectly would be terrible, but my way of explaining it is in the transactions or Cardano's a little different. You submit to let's say an address. That address will then vend your NFT and send it to you.
No, that's a great explanation. I was gonna. That's the exact
that's
same.
What it is.
That's exactly what I would have done. You put money in and it spits out what you're trying to get.
Yeah, you get a bag of Fritos.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that has to be built on you have to code. You have to know the code Haskell to be able to generate that. Anybody that's able to build a vending machine or code, respect to them. There's a lot of developers that I definitely respect, because that is not easy. You're telling a software what to do literally in words. That's how you so it's crazy. And the way he does it is very efficient. So his minting service actually releases the NFT in batches. So it's something that actually JPEG Store recently just launched. Like they have a way to make their transaction less cost efficient. So it is making the transaction very efficient for the users and providing them a better experience when it comes to minting. But yeah, that's my way to explain vending machine.
A great way to explain it. Now, earlier you were just describing the 101s and the Cardominator, if I said it right?
Yep, that's right.
That was all you, Wren, as well. That was probably one of the dopest, like, fucking sickest teaser videos I've ever seen. As soon as I saw it, I sent it to like everybody I know. I was like, you've got to see this fucking video. It's amazing. So kudos to you. And I guess, man, I'm going to tweet that. I got to go back and tweet that out. But man, that was, how long did that take you to I guess, create? Is it a very long process or?
Well, first off, thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I definitely, that was a lot of fun to work on. I think, I don't remember, but my memory is it took a week, about 6 hours a day.
Damn, and that was a 30-second teaser video, right?
Yeah, it was about 30 seconds, I think. Yeah.
Fuck, that was such a 6 hours for a week. So it's like a full-time job for 1 week.
For 1 week, and then out comes 30 seconds. It's a weird thing. Weird. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, gosh, that's I don't know, especially for this collection, the amount, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, and I'm just going to look at a folder of 4,000 JPEGs. And I'm like, for that, was it really worth it? And then
yes, like, no, it was, because you had that video, which was amazing. And I hope someone, like whoever gets that, is going to be amazing. And then you had Jeff on the other side. The way you guys built up the hype to, I know, because I kind of got the inner workings with the Tree of Life in Nomi's there. So I kind of had the 35 millimeter roll right away kind of thing. But the way you guys built up that hype, and I think you went, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, did you guys go on Cardano Thor and just slowly drop the Discord link to build up that hype?
So what we did is it was actually to help out with enabling people to enter the Discord in a unique fashion. So yeah, we did launch via the Twitch. So while we was having a Twitch, we would release links and then people would jump in, and there will be the first 1,000 were eligible to get eligible to mint. They weren't, and some people missed the mint. They had the 24 hours.
Listen, you had Jeff, to bring that up, man.
You just hit a sore spot. Ryan talks about this like a lot.
I'm not gonna make it in this space. I'm telling you.
Like, so, Ryan talks about this a lot. Like, Ryan, you want to talk about it, or you want me to talk about it?
I'm going to talk about it. So, like I said, I had the 35 millimeter roll, which let me mint the Genesis token. So I was like, okay, I got 24 hours. My dumbass saw March 1st. So I was like, okay, I got time. I had work all day, came home. I got the 3 kids. I'm running around. And I'm like, okay, I got about 6 hours. I'm like, have dinner. I lay down in bed with the little one, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, time to mint. Let's go. And I'm like, oh shit. I went in and I see everyone talking and going on in the chat. And I'm like, no, this did not just happen to me. I'm like, you idiot. It was 7 p.m. our time, but it was like midnight UTC. I forgot about, I just saw March 1st and realized, damn it. I didn't even look at the time zone, just forgot about it. So my stupid ass.
We're like 4 hours ahead of UTC. So
it was literally 21 minutes. It was like
yo, this guy messaged me
time.
like sad faces in our chat, and he's like, yo, it's 7:21. I'm like, so he's like, that's March 1st UTC. And I was like, oh shit, sorry, bro. Like it was rough. Right?
Yeah.
Ryan knows all the projects. He knows the deadlines. If NFGs have minted anything collectively, it's because Ryan has kept up with it, kept track of it.
I'm a mini Jeff.
You know, so I do other podcast stuff. So if Ryan missed a deadline, there's no way that I'm going to be like, oh, Ryan, guess what? That's not my job. Like, that's not what I do. So Ryan missed it. But that day I felt something different. I was at my office and I was just like, something's happening. And then I get a text and it's Ryan. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay,
Sixth sense.
Sorry. Yeah. I just knew something was up. And I was like, damn it.
So
we missed that.
So I missed the 100. It was what, 100 ADA, right, to mint the token.
Yeah.
And then I just sat there just watching it. I just looked it up while we were talking. I'm like, fuck, 1800 ADA, 1800 floor. I'm like, not gonna make it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I love the Genesis token, because it's not just like a whitelist for, let's say, mechanism. We always we're gonna save some juice for, of course, the black paper, but we'll give you some as well. But you know, the first thing that it does, it obviously unlocks the special role and gives you access to the dark room and backstage information, and you know, BTS videos, behind the scene videos of Wren Ellis work on the collection. And of course, you know, addition to the whitelist, we're gonna introduce this collector niche that we're gonna do. That's gonna be gold, silver, and bronze, which is gonna be tiered based on the number of Genesis that you own. We love this because it's gonna be a reward for people that owns multiple Genesis, and nice. I think that's going to be super nice to get like this. Let's say a person that only owns one, he will still be able to, or she would be eligible to get this reward. And it's still something that Wren has done. I think that's going to be super neat, getting those rewards. I'm a collector myself, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably want the bronze, silver, and gold. You know how that thing goes. And so yeah, that's one of the things that we love. And you know, let's say any future collections that Wren does, those Genesis tokens always going to get priority, always going to get any whitelist, anything, any type of beneficial perks is going to be tailored to those Genesis tokens, which is, like we always mention, is the digital membership of the whole Overexposed experience. So I think that's why a lot of people seeing the value in it. You know, fun fact that somebody told me about the Genesis token is that there's only 3 collections in the whole top 100 that has 1,000 asset or less. I want y'all to guess the 3, or at least 2. I know you know one.
Well, yeah, we know it's about one. The other ones would be
three Cardano collections that have less than 100,000 assets.
Less than 1,000.
Sorry, yeah,
less than 1,000 asset and are in the top 100 of all time.
Ada Invaders. I don't know.
Nope.
Don't listen to this guy. You know what? Take a back seat, Devon. That's a good one. Fuck.
I actually moderate for all 3.
I knew you. Mob Origins was under 1,000, right?
Nope, not them.
Oh, damn.
Oh, they're probably in the top. No, they're not in the top 100.
But they were under 1,000, right?
Yeah. So I'll give you the answer. It's gonna be Ugly Bro Season 1,
yes.
And Berries. You remember
Berries?
Berries. Yeah, that should have been the big one.
That's the big one.
Easy. I'm surprised y'all missed that one.
Yeah. Damn it, that's embarrassing.
And now Overexposed, which is very interesting when you hear that. It's like, wow, like really? You look at other collections and you're like, man, over 1,000, and we're in the top 77 or something like that. We're not in the late 100s. So I was actually pretty neat to hear that. and then I moderate for all three of the creators.
There you go, buddy. I'm telling you, you're in there. I don't know how the hell you have time to do anything, but I mean, even with the Genesis token, the artwork is fucking so dope on it too. Like, Wren, do you do anything bad? Like, I know you say you go on about how when you first started, it was all, I think it was what, blueberry jelly or something. You were going on about that on, yeah, I have listened, nice. But, so I guess you do have bad artwork, but like your latest stuff, I mean, it's all amazing.
Well, I really do believe that, like, I don't even say talent, but just like abilities are dispersed evenly. Like everybody's got 100 marbles, and then when they grow up, 50 might go into memory, and 10 might go into art, and 1 might go into walking or whatever it is. Just like what your thing is. And I severely lack in most areas of life. Like nobody knows. Everybody knows this. They don't know how bad I am at a lot of things. So yes, I am bad at a lot of crap.
Like you don't do your taxes on time, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that I 99s, I lose them. I just that's a small example. Day to day, it's terrible. But this, as long as I'm sitting in this, I can't do any damage to the world. So I feel like it's serendipitous that I found my passion. But no, yeah, dude, this most recent work, I am proud of it. I think that it totally embodies my vision and my dreams and my mind's eye. I had absolutely no parameters, which is why I think I'm so proud of it. Yeah. There was zero, make this, make that, other than, hey, it has to be characters that are somewhat in the center of the frame. That's more or less.
That was it. That's all.
That's it. That's the only parameter.
More or less it. Yeah, more or less it. Yeah, Jeff showed me some of these things, and he said, "Let's do one." And I showed him some concept ideas, and he said, "Yeah, sure." I don't think I showed him 2 different ideas. I think I showed him one concept, and he's like, "That, yeah, let's do it." Because Jeff is the type of person that's not going to stifle an artist. Jeff is the type of person that's going to appreciate like what an artist is bringing to the table and support that. Like, I don't think I've ever experienced Jeff being a hardhead and being like, "Nah, I don't think we should do it like that." He's always like, well, if you think that's good, let's do it. Like, hell yeah, if you think that, let's do it. He's never putting his foot down kind of dude, which has allowed me to have a lot of fun and creativity. Because the second that happens, I have been the creative on projects where there's, people above me, and it very quickly discourages me, and it very quickly makes me want to not put the hours and the passion into it. Because the only way you can sit 15 hours in a chair 7 days a week is if time flies and you're liking it.
Nice.
So,
well said.
That's Jeff has allowed that to happen, and that's made me proud of this work, is that I am doing my best work. Yeah.
Well, these tokens are beautiful, and I was just counting on JPEG Store. You've got 1,000 in the collection, and there's 14 for sale.
Woo, man,
that's it.
I should buy one.
14.
That's what my mind is telling me right now. I'm like, do I buy a motorcycle or do it?
Oh, I'm a rider too. We'll have to talk about that. I don't want to take up all your podcast.
Nice.
time.
No, we talk about whatever you want.
Whatever the hell you want.
What bike do you have or do you want?
I have 2. I have a Ducati Monster S2R 1000.
What?
Which is my main rider. It is.
Dude, I didn't even know that.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I know.
It's 1,000 cc's, and I'm probably like 135, 140 pounds.
That's a lot of bike. And the Ducati's got torque.
And it's the low end torque.
I was going to say the low end torque on that.
When I bought the bike like 4 years ago, if you don't understand the throttle, the tire comes up on a red light. Like it doesn't care. Like it is the responsiveness of the throttle is instantaneous. I've never had that on all the motorcycles I've owned, dirt bikes, everything. There's always a delay. You give it gas, and it's like, okay, it's like you give it gas and it's up.
And it's like you better know what's going on. Yeah.
You better know what's going on.
Not a beginner bike, everybody.
Not a beginner bike. Not a beginner bike.
What's the second one?
Oh, the second one is a Honda 650 XR 650. It's an off-road like trial bike.
Yeah.
He's I'm telling you, before we even did this podcast, I said, Devon, You and Wren are like the same person. Just like you guys, everything I've heard that you're into, I'm like Devon. This everything is. I didn't even know about the bikes.
That's
like,
cool.
It even goes deeper now. But
I'm probably going to. So I've had my beginner bike was an R6, and then which was like fully customized, like yellow and whatnot, and sparkly paint. And then I got I've ridden a lot of different bikes because I used to write for this bike magazine. So I've ridden like Kawasaki's, Hondas, even the Spiders. My second bike that I actually hung on to was a Buell, if you know that brand.
No, of course I do.
A Buell 11, and I had the 1125R.
Ooh!
Which, it was, yeah. This guy knows it. Okay. Sometimes I say that people are like, "Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen a Buell in real life."
Okay, so I had that bike for 4 years. I never saw another 1125R like there, and I had the black with the twin spar purple frame, like the big one, and the bike is just as beastly and ghastly as you think it is. It's huge, it's heavy. The engine is 1125, so it's massive. I destroyed the forks by doing nasty wheelies, and I had some fork leakage and misalignment.
No.
I ended up beginning of the pandemic, I ended up selling it, and I was like, I'm gonna buy a house, and Toronto, Canada housing market's crazy, so I didn't buy a house, and now I'm like, well, this is stupid. I'm just going to buy another bike, and I'm trying to be responsible. So I actually think I'm going to downgrade and get something else that's cheaper and easier that I can take care of and like still save for a house. So I think I'm probably going to go street triple, maybe the SR, which is a 795, I think, cc Triumph Street Triple. So check out the newest Street Triple.
Okay, here's like the 2022.
Yeah, or maybe the 2021. Anyways,
yeah, sure. Sexy bike.
And to bring it back to NFTs and Web3, because Jeff's pissed. He's like, "What is this? What is this?"
No.
He's chilling, man. Leave him alone.
I'm actually chilling, and I was actually very interested in the combo. I would never ride a bike.
I'm just playing.
Oh, no. I'm more on Jeff's side. I'll do the grinding. I'll go do community stuff. Bikes,
I drive a Tesla. I don't drive. I am far from a bike. Or
you're driving a damn spaceship.
Yeah.
You even drive it, or is it just drive?
It actually drives this. I use that feature a lot.
Amazing. Cool. Amazing. So I think the only other time we talked about bikes on this podcast when we were talking about Polka Dot and how someone like bought a bunch of motorcycles and like was renting them out in like that
the metaverse, Polka City,
the Polka
metaverse or something.
Polka City. So anyways, Polka City, was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
nice. Good shit, guys.
Back to us. No,
back to this. So I don't know what we were talking about before this, but cool, Ren. Nice. You're awesome.
How busy Jeff is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do that, man? I feel
like his car drives him everywhere, so he's got the time to get on Discord and start building up his communities.
Pretty much.
So the good thing about every place that I moderate for, they have amazing team. Space Buds, they have an amazing team. Ugly Bros, amazing team. Nomies, we have like 12 people in there in the team. And then we have Mask on Buttons, amazing team. Buffy Bot, established team. So it's not like I am a big factor, but I am learning so much from these different situations that would enable me to do my own project and build with other people and create my own team based on the people that I've realized that probably don't have like that extra connection. So building that team with Forsen, Ren and Dean K was amazing for Overexposed, man. I think that played a big part for me understanding how the blockchain works and how community building and doing it on your own works.
Yeah,
cool. That's dope. So like I feel like that's like a theme here. Team. Those are the ones.
That's Cardano in general. It's just community, and building, and everyone helps each other. That's why I love the space.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. Brother.
Ren, question for you again. Okay, it's gonna be. You know what? It's me. We're gonna do two for one. first question. Tell me about, so you talked about the amount of time that you're sitting in the chair creating the art. I want to know, is it generative? And I mean, I kind of already know, but our listeners need to hear. And then, I'll save the second question for after. So the art and the creation of it, is it just like you feed in the base and then have the software just run itself and then throw in all the traits in a randomized order? What's the deal?
Yeah, no, the deal is, well, I'll lead by saying I don't think the way that I'm doing it has been done. So I'm very excited about it.
Awesome.
But more or less, no, there's no auto generation happening. Everything is by hand. If you've seen the previews, there's different body shapes.
Yeah.
Jeff,
exactly.
can I talk about this part of it?
Do everything, brother. This is, I mean, our release is in 7 days. Unleash your kids.
Amazing.
Cool. I always have to check because when this started happening and people were coming to the Discord, I was sharing things left and right. And the team was like, wait a minute. No, you have to save some of this stuff. I'm like, why? Why not just tell them? But anyway, so I always check with Jeff. Anyway, okay. All the different body shapes, we've got a bunch of them. I had to take all the traits that you would normally see on a PFP and then reposition, remake them, resize them to be cool on the next body shape. So that is the crazy time sink right there, is just customizing all the traits for all the different bodies. So what I'm doing is I've got a list of 4,000 combinations that we made. So basically what we did is we completely randomized a list of like 17,000. And then mainly he totally killed it. He went through, I said what rarity I would like for the different pieces. And he went through and he manually was deleting from the list of 17,000 to get the rarities correct. So we kind of ghetto made this list. And I have that list pulled up right now of 4,000 combinations, and they're just code. And I go one at a time. And then I've got in my program, I've got a humongous list of all 250 plus traits. And each one of those has a code. So if this code is ABC, DEF, I go to my big list in the 3D program. I toggle this one. I scroll, toggle that one. Scroll, toggle that one. Render, wait about between 45 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on how much transparency material there is. If there's hair takes a little bit longer. So it kind of can vary. And then for those 45 seconds, 2-3 minutes, actually can be up to 5 minutes. Anyway, I'll go on Discord, be on the community, watch some YouTube, and then come back and do the next combination. And that's
so in that combination minute, when it renders after 45 seconds or 5 minutes or whatever, are you sometimes looking and being like, shoot, they don't align perfectly, and then you have to like tweak that? Or does it always, when you've picked the traits and the body type, you're like, I know it's good?
All the time. It's all the time. I'll reposition all the head traits on this body, and I'll be rendering and I'll get 100 in, and then I'll zoom in and I'll see that something I don't like. And then what I have to do is go back and search for that exact attribute and how many I've done. So if I did 100, there might only be 5 or 10 of that attribute that was burned in that I didn't like. So then I go back and redo those. It's happened a lot. Something that we talked about on I guess it was an interview yesterday was, there's going to be mistakes in this collection. This is a lot of hand done work. I don't know. Jeff, you've said that Ugly Bros is non-generative, but I'm sitting here making these combos by hand, and there's likely going to be a piece that has a little misprint where it's the wrong shoulder or the wrong head or something like that. So that's going to be part of I think the charm of this collection.
You've just created another subcategory of rarity.
100%. People are going to be looking out. It's like looking for the monies that have the
where's the blemish?
Yeah.
And its blemish factor is there's going to be like a channel of like, we have the blemishes, and they form another. Yeah, that's amazing.
They're called the blemishes. I like that.
But I think it's important that we have to specify that the metadata rules all. So if you get the rarest head, although I'll be very careful about the super rare things, but if you get the rarest head, whatever in the metadata rules.
That's you blemishes make their. Okay, question 2. you're the artist here, and like this definitely leads the project. No one cares about Jeff. We care about you.
Yeah, who's Jeff?
Right?
I never heard of her. I never heard of her. I don't know why you bringing her up.
Oh man, that's awesome. I love that. So let's say like you moving forward, like, you know, I mean, this is a lifetime thing or whatever. This project's not going to be like, you know, done in like a year or two or whatever. I know you guys are going to keep going, but like, is there any other area where you're like, this is what I want to explore? You know, like you know, I'm an artist, but I would like to learn more about, I don't know. I can't think of anything like developing or like moderating or managing or building. What other areas are you interested in that you could think of?
Sure. I think, well, I know I'll never be a developer. I would suck at that, but I know that I'm getting more and more interested in utility. At first, when I entered this space, I would look at these roadmaps on these websites and be like, why is this important? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why this is a thing. Like, aren't people just trying to collect like the art? Like, what's the deal? Now I kind of get it. People are investing in a project. They're investing long-term in the art, you know, and in the concepts. For this, you know, we've been contemplating, and I've been really racking my brain trying to do something absolutely out of this world for season 2. Okay. And it is, let's just say I'm definitely interested in utility and definitely trying to embody that a bit in this. So the more that I read up on utility and the more that I start brainstorming and having my own ideas, the more I realize I might be kind of good at this. I might be kind of good at figuring out ways that no one else has done utility. That's doable, that's exciting, that provides a lot of worth, you know? So anyway, utility would be something that I wasn't into before, but I'm getting into now.
You're definitely a future utility strategist.
Yeah, like, hopefully. We'll see. Maybe my ideas suck. I don't know, but I think they're cool.
That's all.
This guy is amazing. I don't know why he tries to downplay himself.
That's all I ever downplay.
Well, it's true. I don't know. I mean, it's not a fact that it's. I don't know. Just being honest.
It is a fact.
Cool. All right, Jeff, are you like? How many arms do you have? Do you have 2? Do you have 8?
I have 2 arms, but I work full time in this. So this is what I do for a living. So like,
this is your full time.
Yeah. So yeah. You know, overexposed. Have to be there. Have to be there 24/7. And also, like I mentioned, the vending machines that we've been renting out. We have to, you know, taking care of different projects, helping other projects out when it comes to minting, and it then tied up my hands, so I have to be here full time. So this is what I do. I wake up, sleep, spend time with my family, be on Discord. This is what I do for my life, and this is my living. This is why I take it so serious. This is why every moment matters. This is why every interview matters, and this is why even, you know, every meeting matters when it comes to the team. We got to make sure that we always together, got to make sure that we're strategizing together, make sure that we're bringing things up as a team that bothers us and what stands out, and complement each other. Cause it's not always about bringing each other's down. Like next month, I'm going to LA. We're going to go, you know, grab some dinner, me and Wren, and just hang out. We've got to get that connection going, get that in sync going. Make sure that I want to make sure we're accustomed as friends as well. Even though we are embodying this as business partners, of course.
Buying that bromance.
Yeah,
got to, man.
It matters. Like Ryan cooks me dinner. Like I sit.
I don't cook.
Light a candle. Cooks dinner. I sit. I wait for him. I don't start eating until he sits down. It's beautiful. Really, it really is nice.
It's so stupid.
And you can see that. You can feel that. You know what I'm saying? I can tell he's a good chef. I can tell he keeps you happy.
Oh my gosh!
No, man, we've been buddies. We've been friends since we were like grade 6, grade 7. We've been friends. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, he was the photographer at my wedding, like all sorts of crazy stuff. So our friendship's deep ingrained, but
interesting. You know, Wren is a photographer as well for weddings.
Are you being serious?
I swear.
I'm telling you, man, you guys are just like same wavelength.
That's crazy.
Wren, what do you shoot with, real quick?
Yeah, I have 2 5D Mark IIIs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, solid. Yeah. Did you decide you want to go Canon mirrorless yet, or what?
No, I've invested way too much in non-mirrorless lenses, and I don't want to get a Metabones adapter and go that whole route.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm just and I like the body shape. I'm super old school with it, but yeah, I'm shooting a wedding in like a week. I got
Amazing.
like 25 weddings this summer. This summer's really busy, but I booked them all a year ago, and then this happened, and now, not gonna lie, I kind of don't need to shoot weddings. And, I want to try to
That's amazing. Okay, that's hilarious that you say that, because so I actually just before the pandemic, I had a vehicle broken into and equipment stolen, so I had to redefine my system. So then I was at that time, the R had just came out, and I was like, let's give it a shot. So I shoot Canon R, and I was thinking of going with R6. I thought R5, and I was like, crazy overkill, don't need it. So I shot R6, and then so that's where I'm at. I got a couple of weddings in May, and nothing in July. I actually turned them down because I was too busy, and then I was like, whatever, we're good. But nice. Listen, if you need some support in LA, I'll come second shoot for you. No big deal.
Dude, honestly, the crazy thing is I haven't booked a single wedding in LA. I do a commute back to Boston, which is where I built the business in 2013. So
that's nothing.
Where
it's
all my things are.
Literally, I shot weddings in New York a couple of years ago. It's easy.
Oh, really?
No big deal.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap.
So it's a hop, skip, and a jump. Plus, I got family days. It's the family there, so you don't have to pay for the hotel. All right, let's get into something else.
Love it.
So stupid.
Oh my gosh. Ryan, what do you got?
I'm going through the list of all my questions. You want to talk about Nomies at all there?
Yeah,
Jeff?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Nomies, what's up?
I know you're more overexposed, but we met you in Nomies. You worked with our boy Burns. I don't know.
He's my guy.
Yeah.
We still the gnome father. Don't forget about the gnome father, man. Hold up. Don't
disrespect the name, eh?
Yeah, you can't disrespect the gnome father. But I mean, I'll talk about Nomies quick. You guys are a big fan of the project. It is about Overexposed though, but
yes.
Nomies artwork is being done by Gadir. We had a CNFT News interview yesterday that was amazing. Yeah, that project is dear to my heart. It was the first project that I got with teams and started developing and helping. Forsen is also the developer and the mentor of that project, so it just makes it easy to build. And man, I love the artwork that's coming out. We recently have previewed the gnome map, and recently have even provided some of the seed holders eligibility to burn them and get something called a Tree of Life, which is, I mean, personally, I love the art. I love the sound it has. So that's pretty much on the Nomies. That it's not yet ready. It will take like about a month or two, or possibly 3. But there are going to be a CNFT Con, both of them, Nomies and Overexposed. Amazing. Are you guys going to be I think I've seen you guys. You guys got a booth?
Hold
on. I'm gonna grab your alpha. Over here
so in the Twitter space today, Ryan, I don't know if you were still on or if you were in the commute at that time. I did let everyone know we were coming to CNFT Con, so we're there. Yeah, we are going to be.
We
there.
don't know in what capacity. I'm on the fence where I want to go as an attendee and get around to see everyone. And with a booth, you're kind of tethered to the booth in a sense.
Oh man, listen. Picture me, like I'm a collector, and every project that I'm in has a booth.
So what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna split yourself and just?
No, he's gonna get Wren to somehow clone him in a digital form. Like, you're gonna be a Tupac hologram just walking around with Wren's artwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Nah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's mostly about the event, about connecting with the people that we normally 100%. Speak to online and Discord, and I think I'm gonna do a great job of that. I'm not worried about that. I am super excited, super pumped. Overexposed has a 30 by 30 booth, which is the biggest booth that you could possibly get. And it's gonna be like a pretty interesting, like the way that Wren wants to set it up. So I'm super stoked. And then you can get to meet the the creative mind, and also possibly get some cool OE merch. You might never know. You go home, be able to have a hat on that says OE instead of, you know, the Beebs. what does that says?
Hey, what are you hating on?
Yo,
Tim Beebs, man. That's our man, our
Tim
Canadian
Beebs,
boy.
Tim
You gotta
Beebs.
represent.
Don't act
you're
like
right.
Canada doesn't pump out world-class stars, okay? Don't sleep on Canada.
I'll rock an
Canadian
OE.
rocks.
You know what?
OE, baby.
I'll rock. Give me the OE.
Yeah. Get the OE ready. Let's get it. Get the OE hat.
I love it.
Yeah.
And Jeff, we're also possibly maybe doing some kind of pieces, right? Some NFT pieces at the thing.
Yeah,
Something
that's
like that.
yeah, that wasn't an alpha I didn't want to drop, but yeah.
We'll cut it. We'll cut it. No.
Nah, keep it going, baby.
All right, let's go.
Well, maybe that one detail is what's gonna make that one listener be like, okay, go to southwest.com and book the ticket.
Let's go.
True.
We're going to Vegas, baby.
Oh man, now
we are.
I got the green light from the wife. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, I've told everybody Vegas is a thing. We're going. It's there.
Yo.
Oh man.
So she's
You
gonna
had
have the
to
3
go.
kids, Ryan?
Yep.
The whole trip?
Yep. Lucky for me, my oldest is 16. So like she's upstairs right now. just in case.
Got you.
I've got a 16, almost 6, and an 18-month. So she's upstairs watching
chilling.
while I can do this because the wife wanted to play bingo. So she's like a 75-year-old trapped in a 35-year-old body.
Listen, I'm not even gonna dog her because I used to work at a bingo parlor, and that is a lot of fun. I used to be a runner where people would call out bingo, and I'd like verify it and then dole out the cash, and they would they'd give you tips. It was cool because all you have to do is smile at the old ladies.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna be honest, 100%. They win, they're just like, you're cute. Here's a 20, and I'm like, dope. Done.
dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Next.
Yeah,
True stories.
I can't wait for seeing CNFT Con. So,
and if you're looking at the Non-Fungible Guys Twitter profile, we have some of our some of our favorite NFTs up there, and in the top right might be my Nomi or Ryan's.
Yeah,
Nomi.
I seen that. Seen that.
Is that yours, Ryan? Is that mine? No, that's mine.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's mine.
When I saw that, I was like, man, this might sound real corny, but it gave me butterflies.
Oh, for real?
Yo, bro, it made me really happy. I was like, yo, that's dope. Like,
yeah, I'm
on their
special
banner.
to me. I was like, I mentored that little guy. I was like, this is it. I'm in NFTs now, man. It was a good time. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
man.
staying.
They have a little booth. They don't have a 30 by 30, but they're gonna have the gnome garden is gonna be there.
Well, yeah, gnomes they're small. They don't need a lot of room.
Yep.
So stupid.
It's a little tiny. That's hilarious.
What's the plan with? No, I can't remember. Are we burning the old? Like how we do it? Was it 3-1 or I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, so it's 3-1 burn. So pretty much you have if you have 3 of the classic, you would be able to send them in just like what you did with the Nomi's seed. You would just get one of the new ones revamped. And the good thing about the new ones, now that we're talking about it, something that's pretty interesting is that the policy, the first space gnome, I would call it, that's going to space is actually the policy of the revamped gnomes. And so essentially you're going to have a policy that had went to space and back from Project Cosmo, which I don't know if you guys are aware. They're sending 750 NFTs up to space.
What are you talking about?
I remember you talking about it, but I didn't look into it. I know I've heard of it. I remember you saying it, talking about it.
I didn't hear about this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so BuffyBot and Project Cosmo, which is it's a company that deals with NASA, and they're actually doing it with SpaceX. This is crazy. You're gonna see a bunch of NFTs being sent up to space via SpaceX, and mostly are all Cardano. Mostly all the NFTs that were sent were like Space Buds, Clays. But Nomis are in there, 750 NFTs, and one of them is a gnome, and of course my Space Buds that I have, my first one that I bought. So
your baby, right?
Yeah, that's the first one. That's just like your first Nomi. I had to send my Space Buds up there.
So on the real, so they're sending like a hard drive and being like the metadata free. This literally makes an interplanetary file system.
Exactly. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna have like this card, and this card is gonna also be tested, and they're gonna go through inspection. But we will have a chip, and it has the metadata. And then in Vegas, or after when the space flight comes down, they'll actually give you that card. That's evidence. So you will have something that went from space and down in your possession.
So if you grab that, that's the same policy for the revamped. So what do I got to do to get like now I'm just like
your revamp already. Your revamp has that. It's the policy that went up to space and back. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't know. I thought I made that clear in the
Jeff. I want you to hand it to me directly, and I'll salute you. And Vegas, after Vegas it comes down, I'll fly out. I want to hand it to my hand directly. I'll be like, thank you, 4-5 Jeff. Salute you when we pass it off like we're passing off a flag or something. That's amazing.
Not even gonna lie, I just bought a Nomies.
Are you serious?
While we're talking, I needed a third one. I'm like, done.
Damn, that's funny. They get a Genesis now.
There you go.
Okay, I'm mad now. I'm mad now. I want to buy Nomies now. Like, okay, whatever.
Get going.
All right. Well,
I'm busy talking.
Funny. I just talking about Genesis. I just looked at Genesis, and there was 2 sold. So right now there's only 10 listed in the whole market.
Since we've been on this podcast,
literally since
this is not even a live stream.
It's not even a live stream.
There's 14, I think.
There was 14 at the beginning.
Yeah, 30,
so look at
35. Oh, there's been a bunch bought just in the last. Yeah, wow, that's
so what's the floor now?
1950. It went up almost 200 ADA since we've been talking.
Oh, geez.
6 sales happened in the last hour, and we've probably been talking for probably an hour, 35 minutes, something along those lines.
Wow,
look at that.
Okay,
damn, I got to sell one of my kids to get this.
That's terrible. Oh man,
I would do it with love. I mean, I'd buy them back.
Right. Buy them back, yeah.
Yeah, secondary market, of course.
Yeah. And something interesting that we're also going to be doing, because we were just talking about CNFT Con, and I failed to mention that I'm actually going to go to NFT NYC. Are you familiar with NFT NYC?
Hell yes, we are. We were talking about going because we're in a couple. I am, anyways, in a couple ETH projects where I'm helping with the community stuff. Like I said, Mini Jeff, but. Yeah, they're gonna go. They're gonna be
teach me some E stuff, bro. I need you might never know the bridge. The bridge. The bridge. You know, let me be under you, bro. You know, just a little moderator, just a little here and there, a little sprinkle.
All right, let's see what I can do. But yeah, their team just was in. I think there was what the hell was it called? They were in Lisbon for NFT. Non-fungible conference, and then I think they're going to go to NFT NYC.
Oh man, yeah, that's a big deal. It's going to be 3 days, June
20th, I think.
Yeah, to the 23rd, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it's NYC. I'm from there. I was born and raised there. I have to go. I have to go. And that's one of the things that we're focusing on at Overexposed is exposing good art. Like for example, you guys, when you had that Cardaminator piece, you saw it, you was actually probably proud to show that, right?
Hell yeah.
Let me show you this, my brother. I know you're gonna like it. It's gonna be 90% of the people gonna like that piece. Like,
hell yeah.
So that's something that you can probably show. So that's something that I'm gonna be doing. It's demonstrating our artists' art, and not only demonstrating online, demonstrating in the populations of US, because that's where we're based off right now. And if you look at the stats history, I mean, NFTs, there's only like 3% of us that owns NFT in the United States. And not a lot of them are Cardano NFTs. And 3% is actually a high number. I think when I saw it, I think it was like 1 point something or 2%, something. It was in the ones, but I'm just trying to be a little bit nice from the last time I saw it. But yeah, and that's going to help us out. And with his music, I think that's my favorite thing about Wren. I'm gonna be honest. This is his music, and I think that's the biggest sleeper. So if you haven't checked his music out, go to our Discord. If you don't know what our Discord, obviously, overexposed.io will be our website. In there, it has our Twitter and has our Discord. And then in our Discord, we have a channel called Spotify. Now, in that Spotify channel, you're going to have some previews and access to listen to Wren music. I literally have one of his songs on my Spotify and I listen to it. This might sound weird because I'm next to him every day, but I listen to the song probably once a day. And that's a lot to be listening to a song. Like I have like once a day, I'm like, yo, like, I want to listen to this. And that's good. And it's yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
What's the track?
It's called Fade Into You.
All right,
bro. I love that. I love that track. It's amazing. So we actually previewed that track. That was actually one of the first previews that we put out. It was with the teddy bear.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
That was kind of like I wanted that out there because I love that track so much, and I felt like he actually like that's what made me really think about his mindset. Is if he did you write those lyrics? I never even asked you that.
No. Yeah. That's a cover of Mazzy Star.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. But it's amazing song.
Oh, you haven't heard that song? Oh, I thought you knew
never.
That.
No, I never heard of the original song. So
yeah, I was trying to do it in a different style. It's a bit of a different style. I wanted to try to mix it up, but yeah, that one that's a fun one. I had a lot of fun with that one, but it's very slow. It's like ambient. It's not for everybody, but
no, that's cool. That's all I listen to because I'm at the computer. You're working all day.
Right.
That kind of lo-fi, ambient, chill stuff,
Exactly.
Like, everyone's seen that like that graphic of like the chick working in her room, that cartoon, that lo-fi channel, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
It's raining out and a train's going by.
Yeah, exactly. Or like it's like Homer Simpson driving in a car and he looks baked. I don't know if you guys have seen
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, on my YouTube, it's always showing like chill. It's like chill vibes, and you're just like, I'm click and play, and I gotta get through my day job like this.
Right. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Man,
but yeah, like his music, so and then on top of that, I saw that he directed music videos. So like for example, another thing that you can go in our Discord and see is motions, and then he has in our motion sections, you have 2 videos in there, I think, or 3 videos that he has music. 2 that he directed, and for one of them, I think he even won like 6 awards, which is an amazing video. I think that was the one that I was like, man, this guy can do anything. I mean,
just oozing creativity, man.
What awards?
So go ahead. Yeah, you can definitely say them.
Shoot, no, I got to hold on one sec.
I see winner 19th Garden State Film Festival.
Yeah, you're looking at the right thing.
Yeah, I'm looking just like right at the icon on the thing. That
damn,
getting old, man.
13
Short
Probably
Film
small.
Factory.
So okay, Mint's coming up for it in like 7. What's the date on it? April 26th, is it, or is it?
But you got to register your damn wallet right now.
So
I already did, my guy. We're good. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so the most important thing is registration for the wallet, which will be timestamp will be 4/20 at 8 p.m. UTC. 8 p.m. UTC would be the timestamp.
Okay. So that's going to be 4 p.m. 4 p.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah, possibly, yes. 8 p.m.
like,
UTC.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to confuse nobody.
Let me confirm this right now.
You know what I found out about this UTC thing that I never knew? I used to have to like go to some calculator and like do some slider and stuff. I found this out like 2 days ago. If I just type 4 p.m. UTC LA, it'll just give you the answer. I didn't know that. Maybe I'm behind.
That helps me because I'm always like UTC to EST.
Yeah, right.
That's what you do.
Right. So anyway, it might. Yeah, I think it's kind of a cheat code.
So Google it. Don't take our word for it. We don't do public math. We also don't do public time conversions. Don't ask me the simplest math question on air. Doesn't matter. I'm not getting it wrong. So I don't do public math.
No public math. Yeah.
Okay. So
so you have to make sure that you register your wallet. Make sure you're in the before registering the wallet, and submit your wallet, and then the raffle winners for the public raffle will be announced on the 21st, which is the day after, and then you will be able to mint. So now the way it works is the Genesis token holders will be minting first, which will be on April 26th. 8 p.m. UTC will start the mint. Again, April 26th, 8 p.m. UTC. It will be a 24-hour mint for the holders. So now the most important things for the holders to know is that on the same snapshot date of 420 that we was talking for the holders to submit their address, they have to delist their Genesis tokens because any listed Genesis token won't be on an address, as we all know. You cannot whitelist a listed asset, so that's very important to know. And as you can see, there's only 10, so I doubt there's going to be any listed. Yeah. So then the public mint will be on the 27th. 24 hours after the whitelist mint. So it will be April 27, 8 p.m. UTC, and then they will also get 24 hours.
And it's one NFT per ticket, right?
Oh yeah, one NFT. Yeah, you can only buy one NFT.
Well, we're recording right now on Tuesday, April 19th and it's like about 9:26 p.m. Eastern time right now. If you go to the Overexposed website and you connect your whatever Discord and all that, they have a timer. This snapshot registration closes in 18 and a half hours. So by the time we kick this episode out, if you're listening, you should have done this.
Not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it.
Come to my club.
I just saw in the last 3 minutes we had 3 more, and now the floor is 2,300. This is
shut up.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening while we're on live right now, together speaking. It's happening. Wow. Panic.
So these Genesis tokens are going to be done soon. People are, wow.
Yeah, for real.
That's loot.
Damn.
Yeah, because that ADA conversion to Canadian of 2,300 is probably somewhere around three grand, or I don't know, 3,600 or something. I don't know public math.
I think if you click,
that's a month of work. That's a month of work, man.
Right.
2,100 USD right now is 2,300 ADA.
Sheesh.
So,
all right, there you go.
Damn,
right. That's
congrats,
cool. That's a testament to the good team, to the project, to you guys, man, and to Wren's art, Jeff's advisory and team building and all that stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is the thing that you bring somebody into the space and you want to provide them proof, and
proof is in the pudding.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big time.
That was sick.
Yeah, that's the proof that you want to provide. It's like I was the thing that I was vouching for the most. It wasn't me. I basically told them myself. I'm like, I really can't really provide much, but my insights from community building, but quote unquote. but the Cardano community would definitely appreciate this art, and that's what I vouch for on the foundation that Cardano has, and what Cardano brings to the table. So I'm happy the community and the whole ecosystem is welcoming him with great hand, with open arms.
Yeah, big time. No, I mean, he called it, and I've never had any. So I've had 100 this close, if that's a plural. Like my whole life, like even when I was in a band in college, we were starting to tour. We had this big wig guy, and he's like, "All right, this is it. We're gonna make this happen." And he was the guy that made Boys to Men, and just like believed us. Kind of like a boys band. I won't go into, but the point is and then it slipped through the cracks. Like so many times in my life, I was just like, dang, this is going to be really cool. This is going to work. And this seems like it's going to work. I keep saying, what can I do to F this up? Like how am I going to mess this up? Am I going to piss off Jeff? Am I going to slip up? I don't know. But,
Jeff? Nah. This guy's good. This guy's
cold as ice, man. Guys, cool as a cucumber. Doesn't
cool as a cucumber.
You said that, he didn't even flinch.
No, nothing.
He just responded to like 5 people in Discord, and he's like, "Wag me."
he's probably joined like 3 Discord as a moderator as we've been talking.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he's got 2 kids in his hands at the same time. Okay, no big deal.
Right.
No big deal.
Actually, good thing that you brought up kids. I wanted to bring up Jeff. I heard you talk about Gnome. I think you said Gnomies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's near and dear to me as well. When you talked about it,
I love
donations.
Oof. So all right. So I have 2 kids. Very healthy. They're big, amazing kids. Ren have seen them. I don't like to really expose them that much, but Ren
Of
have seen
course.
them, and amazing kids. And my son is I call him my bad boy, and then my girl is like my little princess. She's amazing. She's always with her hair messed up. We have Spanish hair, so hair is always messed up. So she always looks like the little brat baby, or like the
That's
little
awesome.
baby that you see in like cartoons. So I love that. And then my son is just like he reminds me of the wild thornberries. You remember that little boy?
Yeah, I actually know that. That's crazy.
Literally the little boy from the wild thornberry. That's my son. So so when they were born premature. They were born super early. So they were born like 30 weeks instead of like 10 weeks early, about 2-3 months early. So we was in the NICU, which was Orlando Health. Winnie Palmer. That's the exact hospital, because I do want to give him credit. Orlando Health, Winnie Palmer. And we was there for 30 days. And the first one, I mean, I was my mother's a daycare provider, so I grew up around kids.
Yeah.
And so I was trained enough, but I was not trained to have a baby that was almost the size of my hand. So it was super, it was different for me. And then the thing about my wife is that prior to that, she never even held a baby. Think about that. You're giving birth to a baby, and the first time you held a baby is a premature baby. So you have to also and then that the women go through all those emotions when they have a baby, where they can. So long story short, they have helped me tremendously. And part of the donations that we're doing is that we're gonna be giving them 1,800 blankets, and it's a small amount of ADA. We're not gonna be giving we are going to give a couple thousands. It all depends on the drop, of course. If it sells out instantly, of course. If it doesn't, I'm still going to do a small donation. Even if it's 1,000 ADA, in my heart, I feel like it's something that I did and accomplished. But these blankets is the most important thing. The reason why the blankets is important is because when you have a NICU baby, they're in an incubator, and they normally have a blanket over them.
Yeah.
That blanket, the first one that you put, they give to you. And I still have to this day. It's like the blanket that you put in the memory box. So I want to make sure that I tailor it to that experience, make sure that gnomes, these blankets with gnomes on it, and how mythical gnomes are and how they provide. I think gnomes have provided me an amazing luck. Like, crazy as that sound, like I think they just provided me amazing luck. Ever since I did that good deed for that community, everything has just been going how I envision in my life. And I feel like that's part of it. It could be my mythical, crazy mind and this fantasy land that we're living in, but it's just how I feel about it. And that is something that is very important to me. So I'm happy you brought that up. Thank you for actually bringing that up and allowing me to elaborate on that, because I love that subject.
No problem. I had my last two had to spend. They weren't premature. I think my daughter was a couple weeks premature, but she had to do jaundice and be under the light. So we were in the NICU for my last two, at least a week we spent in the hospital. So that's near and dear to me as well, because the staff were at the hospital we went to. We've had a lot of things in our hospital. So we've donated to, we still donate as well. Like it's a good cause. It's a great cause. And that's why I wanted to bring it up. And kudos to you. And hopefully, when it sells out, get those blankets over. And
the blankets is already done for. Like I don't care if I'm hand knitting them myself.
Yes.
So that's already I'm definitely gonna get that done. So so both of my kids were actually in there. So it wasn't just one. Both of my kids, I had to spend there 30 days. So it was like the second time around, I even knew some of the nurses. And like, you're here again? Because they're not that much time difference. My son is 3, and then my daughter is about to be 2. So she's 1 year old. So it's not that much of a time difference. And it was during that COVID event as well, the second time around. So it was it was amazing. Chaos. The experience, it was chaos, but the experience of those nurses and the hours that they put in, I mean, the credit is amazing, man. I always have to give credit when credit's due, and they taught me, how to be more of a father in an important time of my life, because I was nervous myself. I was such a pro at being a guardian as a daycare provider that then when I got this time where I was like nervous to even hold my son, it's like,
Mhm.
well, you know, what's going on?
Yeah.
So it just made me feel super weird, and they helped me mentally, and I just want to do that. I'm gonna blog it. I'm gonna make sure that it's on. I
Awesome.
will, like, the people that I'm with have Cardano shirts on, and we're describing the event and the reason why, the mission, and then expose. You know, I want it to be in a sense of that we're doing this in the name of Cardano and expose Cardano as well. Maybe some people that are nurses, you know, see that we're doing this with Nomis and Cardano, and then they probably do a quick research and then
Yep.
realize that we're proof of stake instead of proof of work, which
Yeah.
enhances helps the environment and,
Yep.
and more efficiency in the world. So it's just, you know, it's just little avenues where you can just pitch one person and connect with them, and I think it just helps out with the whole ecosystem.
That's perfect.
We could bring another Wren Ellis.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know.
There'll never be another Wren Ellis, but
Hey,
someone
my
like
man.
hey, there it is. Yeah.
Well, let us know how we could help anytime down the road, or
100%.
let
Yeah.
us know. We're all for helping and doing what we can. I think you got anything else you want to
No,
talk about?
I think that's where to leave it, man. I think that's really special to both to us, and we know it's special to you. And I just want to say thank you guys for coming on the podcast. Like, this podcast that Ryan and I started is a big deal to us. Like, we spent a lot of our time strategizing, working, learning, connecting. There's always a scratching our head moments as we go through every single day, being like, wait, what does this mean? How does this work? What did we miss? What did we got to sign up for? And it's like, it's never a dull moment. I haven't been involved in anything like this that's growing and has so much great potential. And what's cool is that we're you know, I really believe in being part of the infrastructure of evolving spaces and industries, and we are the infrastructure of the narrative, essentially. You know, being able to talk to amazing people doing things like this, amazing people creating projects, and bring their stories together and talk to robotics engineers or whatever, and, you know, send our stuff to space. Is just like, you know, there's always these can't believe it moments. And I just want to say, for myself, Ryan, I'm sure feels the same way. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast. You guys are dope on a rope. And yeah, and it's cool because 4-5 Jeff, you know, like I said, with Nomis, like, that was early for me and for us. And when we were just hopping in, that was September last year. So
Wow,
yeah,
man.
this means this episode means a lot to us. I like to say, for sure.
I've been waiting for a while, and I knew it was going to be a great one.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. And I will say this, you guys, I will say this from the bottom of my heart, and I love saying this to people that deserve it. You guys have a great show. Like, you guys are in sync. Keep it going. Like, I can tell that you guys have your little back and forth, your little gimmicks. It's just
kind of hate them, right?
Yeah, good synergy. No, I love it. A good yin and yang. Good yin and yang.
Yeah, so please keep it up. It's good for the space. It's actually, you know, I've listened to your podcast. You guys actually speak about other stuff that is not just NFTs, and you can learn. You know, so it's very informative. So please do it. Keep doing it. If anything, keep doing more. So like that, people could get information from the right people. And thank you again for giving us this platform again and allowing us to, you know, discuss all the different things about Cardano and NFTs.
Yo, thanks.
That's awesome.
4-5 Jeff, Wren Ellis, everybody. What's your you know what? Drop all the handles for you guys personally, all the projects, whatever, and then we'll close it out with that. Where are you guys found? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I guess at Overexposed, at 4-5 Jeff, like, I don't know, man. Like, we'll drop it all in the show notes, but like,
so my handle is gonna be 4-5 Jeff, literally everywhere.
I know. I was thinking, I'm like,
to be honest, it's a fun game, and I brought this up to Jeff before. It's a fun game for me. Anytime I go into any Cardano project, I just go to tag Jeff. I'm like, I know he's in here, so let me just tag him. And I'm like, okay, he's in here. I'm like, I'm good. I know. It's like hide and seek.
Yeah, it's 4-5 Jeff, and my Discord is literally 4-5 Jeff, number side 4545. And then our projects, it's gonna be at over__exposed. Overexposed for Twitter, and then for our Twitter, our website is just overexposed.io. If you want to know about Nomies, it's Nomies NFT on Twitter, and website will be coming soon.
Sweet.
And Wren, how about you? What is your Twitter?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you might have said it. Our Instagram for Overexposed is Overexposed, just with 2 letters for each letter.
Yeah, it's so long.
Yeah, I know. There was absolutely nothing. We tried everything, but anyway, that's kind of weird, like us. My Twitter is Wren Ellis 1, and my Instagram is Wren Ellis 2_. No, I'm sorry, Wren 2_ Ellis. I think those are the only 2 things I use. I barely use them anyway.
You're busy
Nice.
creating. You're busy
Love that.
creating.
Yeah,
Love that.
after this whole thing, I'll have a little more time to get back on that for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's it. That's it. The end of the episode. Wow.
Yeah, it was a
Made
good
it.
one.
Ryan, you got anything?
Guys?
Just play the outro music and
Just
Nice.
play that.
NFG.
Play that funky music.
What? Why'd you stop at White Boy? What'd you call yourself? Wonder Bread?
Wonder Bread.
That was awesome. Play that funky music, Wonder Bread. All right. This has been NFG's Non-Fungible Guys podcast. Thank you for rocking with us with 4-5 Jeff, Wren Ellis, of course, myself, Devon C. Codrington, and NFG Ryan, even though he probably could have said his own name. Anyways, that's it. Join us next time. NFGs,
We
we out.
Peace and love.